I ran across this article uh, um, not too long ago. It was written a couple of years ago, but it was really about how do we handle ourselves when we're trying to be productive and we are dealing with a chronic illness. And I appreciate this on so many levels. A lot of people just don't understand what it takes. They think it's just easy to just, oh yeah, well, just go get some sleep or go take a nap. And the first part here where it talks about energy management is so important to me, and I love it because for me, I know when my energy is at its peak and when my energy is at its lowest. And this whole thing about spoon theory is fantastic. And breaking things down into smaller details. For those of you who are familiar with books like Atomic Habits and other books about really micro things, and it even cites the books from Cal Newport and on his books with deep work and digital minimalism and those kind of things. And this, for me, this is the key thing right here. And a lot of people poo-poo me, especially those who's like, "Oh yeah, I got everything in my head." I take notes about damn near everything in life. I use tools, whether it's a digital tool or a physical tool. So I'll use like something called a remarkable to actually do this. And because I need something that's portable, but I have to write down things. I don't know about everyone else, but I don't know how they do it, how you can remember all of the things that happens in this complex world. And then staying flexible is so important. And having contingency plans. I talk about this all the time that whatever you think you're going to do doesn't work because the challenge with life is, and the good thing about life is that you talk to people. Challenging thing about life is you talk to people. And so when you talk to people, things happen, things change, things might be impacted one way or the other. So how do you handle that? How do you go through that? And then the one here for self care, I have to be honest, this is the thing I love, but it's the biggest challenge for me. And especially as I get older and I take all these meds, etc. I used to be a workout guy that only worked out with weights, which I'm glad for. But as I get older, it's so hard to do that because it's massively fatiguing for me. It's just really something that really gets me fatiguing. So I have to do things to keep myself limber, things like Pilates and yoga and stuff like that. It's not the same. I don't get the same results, which tells me that my diet has to change because I weigh more than I weighed in a long period of time. And part of that is my diet has gotten wacky. Even though I'm not trying to eat inflammatory foods, I'm not exercising enough to burn off whatever it is. But self care is not just about the physical part, it's also about the mental part, things about journaling, things about taking time for things you love. I will be honest with you, I'll take time away. I'll watch a corny movie on Netflix or something that I like to do or play a game of some kind. This is keep my brain relaxed and fresh. I love that article because when you think about productivity, it's not just about doing stuff because I just got to get off my list. It's doing things at the same time, making sure that if you're dealing with a chronic illness, or if you have someone in your family with a chronic illness, it's not the same for them. It's not. Everything is multiplied. On some cases, it's circumvented or rewired because of their illness. You just can't do it the same way. You just say, "Hey, let's go do that," and it's the same thing. It's not. Stop trying to get them to do stuff like that. If they have an illness, support that and support the fact that they have to get things done differently at a different time period and in a different way all of the time. If you do that, and if someone like me who has a chronic illness, I have to think about everything I do much more deliberately than I used to. I have to make sure that my energy is right. I have to make sure that I'm doing this based on the values of my life. I'm not just doing it because it's good for somebody else or it might make me look good. If it doesn't hit my values, then don't do it and track what your values are. I can always tell you my values around spirituality, creativity, health, family, and learning are always my values, is always. So anything that's incongruent with that thing is not something I'm supposed to be doing. It's not something you are supposed to do. So what is that? And if you have an illness, please make sure you take care of yourself. Please make sure you give yourself a little bit of grace too, if it doesn't go the way that you have it planned. Do not think that you've got to get it all done. And if you don't get it done, beat yourself up about it. It's easy to beat yourself up about it. It's a tad bit harder to pick yourself up and say, well, what did I learn from this thing that didn't go my way? What happened to me? And is there a way to work it through? And who can help me? This doesn't solve our lives. It doesn't solve the chronic illness. In some cases, your chronic illness, like the one I have, is for the rest of my life. It's not something, oh, yeah, I take some pills or I go get a surgery and it's over. It's not. It's there forever. So, how do I manage it? How do you manage it as time goes on? Because you still got to get stuff done. Every single 3 months or 4 months or so, I have to battle with these medical providers because they try to rip me off. They all of a sudden say, I know that I owe more money than my salary. I have to take notes, like that article says, and say, I talked to such and such, I talked to Ashley on such and such date, and this is what happened, and this is what my amounts are, and this is what can happen. It's hard. It makes our lives already, minus a chronic illness, it's already fatiguing, but it's even more fatiguing. So make sure you follow that article. I'll put the link to that article below because I think it was very helpful to understand the context of what we've got to go through. This is Winston. I love life. I love each and every one of you. I don't know your name, but if I met you, I will love you because that's what my Savior tells me to do. And I believe him. I believe he came here to transform the way human beings think about loving each other. This obviously doesn't work out all the time, as per the news in the world. More people love each other and don't. This is Winston with the Fearless Productivity Show. Please subscribe. I'll talk to you soon.